Hello, what is up guys and girls, to the only video anyone actually wants to see on my channel, the Blade and Soul First After Level 55 guide, updated for January 2019. It's a new year for Blade and Soul, and with the 3rd anniversary update, a lot of things have changed in Blade and Soul, making progression for a new player easier and more varied than ever before. Nearly all early to mid-endgame items can be obtained in more than one way now, which gives the game a fresh feel as there are so many different paths to get what you need now. In this video, I will be going through all of the things a new player to the game should focus on getting, as well as all of the different pathing options to get there. Additionally, if I have a separate video on a topic, rather than sit here and remake the video, I'm just going to link you to that video in a card that pops up on your screen so you can watch that topic in more detail. And real quick, before we begin, if you are new to Blade and Soul, new to the channel, or want to be the first to know when a new video is live so you can leave a hurtful comment about my appearance, make sure to subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. With all of the changes and viable methods of progressing, I've decided to create a little infographic of progression for a new player with all the branches I can think of, and when we get to each branch, we'll spend a bit of time showing you the progression all the way through it, rather than going item by item in the previous versions of the guide. Allow me to preface this entire video by saying this is my opinion and how I would progress in Blade and Soul. The game is an MMORPG with hundreds of different options to progress, and I'm sure you'll all angrily list yours in the comment section saying how wrong I am. I will give your comment a little passive-aggressive heart and move on with my day. So first things first, this guide already assumes you've completed all of the story content in Blade and Soul. That includes Act 9, as well as the 3 sets of orange quests in Kandavihar, Gunwan City, and Solak. If you haven't done the story, the yellow quest, finish it. If you haven't finished all of the orange quests, finish those before moving on by reading your letters that you have in your received letters section. So after completing the story, you'll want to distribute your HM points. I have a video on all of the different things you can get with HM points. The link is on your screen now. A quick rule of thumb is that splitting 20 and 20 into offense and defense is a good start, and then you should distribute them between recovery and boss attack power as you see fit. For more information on what each of these do, watch the other video. The next thing you're going to want to do is get an 8 gem slot weapon. This can be done through upgrading, however it's completely RNG, by purchasing legendary jam hammers for a stupid amount of money, or by re-rolling your weapon until you get an 8 slot one. The re-roll method is by far the best for a new player. A quick summary, you farm Naryu coins in Celestial Basin, then use those to buy a new legendary weapon, and keep buying legendary weapons until one has 8 gem slots from the start. Once again, I have a full video guide on this method, and the link is on your screen now. After you have your 8 slot weapon, equip all the different gems you've gotten for completing the story to that weapon. Additionally, use all of the upgrade materials the game has given you through this point to upgrade your new 8 slot weapon as far as it will go. Make sure not to use any of the upgrade materials on the weapon until it is 8 slots, so if the story weapon that you get is only like a 4 slot weapon, do not upgrade it until you do this method to get the 8 gem slot weapon, otherwise you are absolutely wasting materials. This should take you up to around Baleful or Seraph stage 7 or 8, depending on what else you've done since finishing the story. Now is the part of the video where progression is going to vary from player to player, and this will be your first grind in Blade and Soul. As you can see on the infographic, we have 4 different ways to get everything we need. Some are solo, some are 6-player, and one is a 12-person raid. We're going to start with the 12-person raid, as you can get almost everything you need from doing this raid. MSP, Midnight Sky Petal Plains, is a 12-person raid located in Zyway with 6 stages. Each stage is progressively more difficult and introduces additional mechanics. Stages 1 through 3 can be completed fresh out of the story and are all you really need to be able to do in order to get everything you will need. Just a note, with the 3rd anniversary event going on at the time of this video, MSP rewards are doubled, which will go away after the event. However, historically, weekends have also been double rewards in MSP. Each stage that you clear in MSP rewards you with a bunch of upgrade materials for your weapon, as well as these green stones, or yellow or purple, depending on which stage you've cleared. Stages 1 to 3 give you the green stones, which are the only ones you really need as a new player. However, if you end up in a 4 to 5 stage clear, then you're going to get yellow stones, and if you somehow get into a stage 6 clear, you will get purple stones for completing that stage. These stones can be redeemed for numerous items on the merchants around the map, and this is how you will get all of the items you saw on the infographic. All Tier 1 legendary accessories are available, and the easy and lazy answer is to say just get all of them. However, mathematically it is best to get the necklace and belt only, and instead get the elemental earring and ring from dungeons that we'll get to later. Additionally, we can obtain the bracelet from here, however it will require you to clear stages 4 and or 5 a few times to get the yellow stones required. Still shouldn't be too bad if you find yourself a nice party. Also, you can trade in the green stones for solar energies that you get for completing the daily challenges, and those can be upgraded into yellow stones, so that's another way to get the yellow stones you need to get this bracelet. You can also get your soul and mystic badges from here. You cannot get all of the possible options here, but these are a solid starting point for most characters. You can view the effects of the available badges on a website like BNS Tree. The link is in the description below. Use this site to help you decide which badge you want to pick up from here. Finally, we can pick up our entire Raven King Soul Shield set with greenstones, which is fantastic and a lot easier than clearing Raven King dozens of times, which was the previous method for acquisition. If you do have a bunch of yellow stones left over, consider picking up the first 3 pieces from the Fallen Soul Shield set as well, as these tend to be a huge upgrade for most classes. If you cannot do this now, then come back later in your gameplay when you can clear higher stages reliably and pick up those 3 pieces of the Fallen set as soon as possible. Each clear of MSP also rewards chests that give various upgrade materials used to upgrade everything in the game, so this is a nice bonus. MSP is located in a gate right near the House of Pleasures. Look in the faction chat for people recruiting MSP 1-3 or Midnight Sky Petals Plains 1-3, and apply to their parties by right-clicking the name and apply to party. Our second option for progression is Celestial Basin. Celestial Basin revolves around completing dynamic quests in the area, usually killing X number of enemies or gathering certain items that are spread around the map. Completing these quests awards peaches, which can be used to purchase accessories, upgrade items, materials, badges, and soul shields. You're going to be farming this area for Naryu Silver in the 8-slot weapon method we discussed earlier, so make sure to complete some quests in the area, so when you do come back to farm this area, you have a head start. The items we are looking to pick up in this area are once again the same: the legendary necklace and belt, our mystic badge of choice, and the starting soul badge that is available. Right now, the MSP method is much easier and faster for all of these items, but if you find it difficult to get into parties for MSP, then this is a completely solar player experience that allows you to reliably progress your character. Mushin's Tower is the next option for progression, and really we are only here for the soul badge. However, you can get some upgrade materials from this location, like moonstone crystals, very reliably. So this could be used as an alternate location to grind materials. Completing Tower of Infinity in Mushin's Tower will reward you with tokens that you can use to obtain any soul badge in the game. Use this to obtain soul badges you cannot obtain from either Celestial Basin or MSP. Now, if you find it difficult to clear the Tower of Infinity, soul badges can also be obtained from the daily rewards currency of Solar Energy. Roughly 1 month of running the daily challenge will allow you to purchase just about any soul badge that is available. The final method for progressing your character in Blade and Soul in this early game is going to be the tried and true method of dungeons. Nearly every accessory in the game is available as a drop from dungeons, and these dungeons drop exchange currencies on each clear, so if you are unable to get the drops you need for the accessories, eventually after enough clears you will be able to get enough exchange currencies to go ahead and purchase the accessory that you want. The 2 accessories that we are looking for now are the Elemental Ring and Earring, which drop from Desolate Tomb and Naryu's Sanctum. Naryu's Sanctum also has a chance to drop the Legendary Bracelet, so you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone with this one. Just know that after you've farmed it enough times and there is no drop with the Legendary accessories, you might as well move on to the Exchange Merchant in Zyway and purchase the accessories with the Draken cores that you get for clearing these. Just note that you cannot get the 2 accessories we're looking for, the Ring and Earring, via the Exchange Merchant, so you are going to have to farm this a few times to pick up the item you need. So after you've gone ahead and run these 4 different methods or 4 different areas in any combination that you see fit, you're going to want to make sure that you have these items minimally before you progress further in the guide. You're going to want to have picked up your Soul Badge and Mystic Badge. You're going to want the purple earring and ring from Desolate Tomb and Naryu's Sanctum. You're going to want to have picked up your legendary necklace, belt, and bracelet from either the Exchange Merchants, MSP, or anywhere that you found them as a drop. And finally, you're going to want your full set of Raven King Soul Shields from either MSP or Celestial Basin, and if possible, maybe even 3 pieces of your VT set. After you've gone ahead and do that, you're ready to move on to the next portions of the guide. Next on our list is going to be gems. You'll want to pick up a set of hexagonal Hongmoon gems as soon as possible. These are traded in with gem powders on the Dragon Express, and gem powders are obtained off of the Marketplace F5. You can get to the Marketplace by pressing F5 on your keyboard, or by going ahead to any of the bankers around the game. The pentagonal gems that you get from the story are good enough for now. However, just work on picking up the hexagonal gems I've outlined in the guide on gems, which is available here. The link is in the screen right now. If you don't want to watch that video, make sure you get your diamond first, aquamarine, amethyst, ruby into obsidian, and then go ahead and pick whatever you want beyond that. I'm not your dad. At this point, you should go ahead and upgrade your weapon with any additional materials you've picked up while grinding for these other items that we've discussed earlier in the video. Additionally, go ahead and upgrade that bracelet as well, because that tiger or dragon bracelet that you get is going to be a fantastic upgrade to your character. If you don't know how to get the bracelet out of the box, I do have a video on the bracelet, getting the bracelet out of the box, so you can go ahead and watch that. Here is the link right now on your screen. So by this point, you should now be pulling about 50 to 60,000 DPS or more, and can easily move on to Skyberg Expire, as the minimum DPS for that is about 40k. This is a 12-man raid, so you will need to find a party to run it. You can try looking in a raid recruitment Discord, or in my Discord as well, or just look around in game and try and find somebody that is hosting a Skyberg Expire. From this raid, you're going to want to pick up your legendary elemental, earring, and ring. So make sure you have a good idea of which class you want to play, because from this point forward, you are pretty much going to be locked into the class, the elemental spec that you have. Now, this is going to be changing with the Awakening patch that's coming out, but for now, this is still accurate, so don't worry too much about this if you can't quite get this just yet, because the Awakening patch should be going live pretty soon. If this is going to be your first time clearing Skyberg Expire, you're going to want to brush up on some guides and some mechanics that you can catch on YouTube. I only have guides to the first 2 bosses, however there are plenty of other YouTubers that have really great guides, and quite frankly they're kind of better than my guides regarding the subject, so try checking out Karopi, Ekogen, or Lycod for their guides on Skyberg Expire. After clearing Skyberg Expire a few times, you should start looking into upgrading your soul, pet, and heart that the story gave you. The first tier of Legendary Soul is a huge DPS increase, the Legendary Pet will make 90% of the game almost too easy, and the heart also provides a solid DPS boost. Typically, every 2 to 3 months there is an event that gives you one of these legendary items as a reward, so if you are patient, wait until then. If not, oils and pet packs are most efficiently obtained as the event reward for completing an event. Additionally, they are bound to account, so completing the monthly events on multiple characters is a beneficial way to progress your main character. These upgrades are very expensive and something you should view as a long-term goal rather than an instant upgrade. So now at this point you're ready to go ahead and start picking up your VT Temple of Illuvium gear. So you're going to want to pick up all of the secondary legendary accessories, so your gloves, bracelet, and belt. Upgrade your soul and pet to the legendary stages that we were just discussing. Get a set of hepta or octagonal gems, fuse your soul badge, upgrade your weapon to Raven Stage 6, and maybe even pick up the full VT Soul Shield set from MSP since it is so accessible now. This is your second grind in Blade and Soul, and you will be on this one for a while until you get to a Temple of Illuvium clear. I'm not going to go into super detail on this beyond telling you that you need to clear the dungeons, grab the healing cores, trade in for the accessories, and move along in the same way that you progress with the Draken accessories above, as that should be enough of a guideline by the time you reach this to understand what you need to do to progress in Blade and Soul. And that basically gets you up through 99% of the content in Blade and Soul, only omitting the Grand Celestial Raid and 6v6 PvP. So now I'm just going to give you some general progression tips before ending the video. The first one being, upgrade your weapon every 3 stages, or upgrade at 3 stages at a time. From Raven on, you don't receive much of a bonus until you hit stages 3, 6, or 9, so don't waste your materials until you hit that point. Number 2 is going to be completing your daily and weekly challenge for a steady supply of upgrade materials. You'll be surprised at how many upgrade materials you actually get and how many solar energies you end up accumulating by just running these things. Those solar energies come in huge handy when you're trying to upgrade your soul shield sets now with the new MSP changes, or when trying to get soul badges or various other items that you might need like gems. Number 3 is to join or create a clan to get a reduction on your upgrade costs. Being a part of a clan with certain clan rankings gives you a reduction on upgrades, which is a huge bonus in this game. And finally, try to find a group of similarly geared players and play together. This game is a lot more fun when you progress with people and make friends, rather than just trying to get carried through all of the content so you get stronger faster. A great place to do this is my Discord, but there are plenty of other ways to make friends in this game. Even in a random dungeon that you found a player that you enjoy playing with, try and add them and try and play with them more frequently. And anyway guys, that is basically it for this video. If you did enjoy the video, if you did find this helpful for progressing your character, please leave a like to show me that it did help you. Also consider subscribing to the channel once again if you're not already subscribed, as it does mean a lot to me. And if there's anything that I did not answer in this video, make sure to go ahead and ask it in the comments section below. As always, thank you so much for watching guys. Base.
Not ads.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Look, he
We're in
reset.
trouble.
He reset.
Did
Nice.
he reset?
Yep.
I did.
Someone brought him
Oh
too
my
far.
God.
Dude, that was so good.
Unfortunately, I have TT. I gotta go.
Uh-oh.
There goes 70% of our damage.
I want to die.
That's unfortunate.